What we're going to do is start by demonstrating how the quick card or the standard card would work. You insert the card into the SmartCard reader, and as you can see, there's an amount left of $100. What this indicates is that the card was purchased with $100 and can then be used until that amount is used up. So now if a amount is selected, in this case 1/2 of a glass, and it's $2.40, as you can see from the screen, it subtracted $2.40 from $100, leaving an amount of $97.60, which is the amount left on the card. Now this would be the same for a quick card or a standard card. Either one of those cards would operate the same. You would not be able to tell the difference at the wine station. The only place you would tell the difference is when you put them into the SmartCard reader at the computer when you're first creating the card or you're looking to see what kind of card it is. Next, we will demonstrate a gift card. And if I put a gift card directly into the machine, it will say card not active. And what this means is that the card has not been validated by a staff member to ensure that the person using it is of legal drinking age. So anyone who has a gift card will need to go to the manager, be able to activate the card. Once it's activated, it behaves exactly the same as a quick card or standard card. The next card is a tap card or a time card. As you can see on the screen, this card says amount due 0. A certain credit limit was placed on this card, and until that limit is reached, the person who has this card will be able to pour wine. So if I now go ahead and select the half glass, it will pour the correct amount and it will charge $2.40. And as you can see from the screen, the amount due is $2.40. So as this card is used, it will accumulate the amount that has been consumed. You can't see the limit on this screen. You can only see the limit on the computer software that activates the card. So this particular card, what I'm going to do is take a taste, and you notice that when I press the button, it will indicate there's insufficient funds for pouring that amount. And the reason is that I set a limit of $1, and as we can see, the taste of the lowest amount is $1.20. So that's what would happen in the case where the limit was exceeded on a particular card. Now this card is placed in, and immediately it says card has expired. That means that this particular card had a date on it, a validation date, which was exceeded at this point in time. The card may have been valid yesterday or may have been valid a week ago, but is not valid today. There are two other staff cards that I want to demonstrate. One is called a pour card. And a pour card, when it is inserted, what you see is authorized employee gets displayed on the screen, and all of the pour buttons are activated. So this particular staff member is able to pour out of any position, but service functions are not active on this particular card. If a manager card was placed in the machine, the difference is that it would show the red lights, and when dispense mode is pressed, it looks exactly like a pour card. It now can pour out of any position. But when you exit out of it, you can then go back and perform service functions. Another card, which is a staff card, is called a service card. And a service card, when I put it in the machine, similar to a pour card, but in this case activates service mode and doesn't allow for pouring. This might be useful if you have staff members that you would like to perform service functions but not have them actually be able to pour wine out of the machine. All of the functions that can be selected in service mode are the same as the manager card when it is in service mode. So I need to create a clearing card condition. And what this means is the amount left on the card is less than an amount that is going to be selected. So what I am going to do is select a full glass when there's only, which would cost $4.80, but there's only $2 remaining on the card. So if I do that, I press the button, and what it did was it cleared the card to 0. It did not pour a complete full glass. It poured a partial full glass, which would be exactly $2 worth of that. Now the card has been cleared. What I'm going to try to do is pour a taste. There's $5.20 left on the card, and the taste cost $1.20. But there's no wine left. Hence, the red light would come on, and it would indicate no wine detected. It did not charge the card any amount because it did not detect that it had enough wine to satisfy at that point. So that particular case is the empty bottle condition. What I'm going to do is pour a full glass, and the card has $5.20 left, and a full glass costs $4.80. So there should be enough money to cover this. As we can see, what happened in this case was that there was not enough wine to fill the full glass, so it only charged $2.20 worth, because that's what it poured. That's what we call a partial pour. So it poured what it had and only charged for what it poured. And that will happen at the end of a bottle, and therefore you also get the check wine bottle message at that point. Now I'm going to demonstrate the example of a card that is going to attempt to drink beyond the drinking limit. One of the features that's possible with the wine station is to establish how much wine can be consumed off of a card in a given period of time. There are certain states which require this to be set depending on the local laws. So in this case, I'm going to place a card, and a taste is 1 ounce, a half glass is 2 ounces. So what I'm going to do, and the limit that I have set is 2 ounces in 1 hour. When I put in the card, there's a 2 ounce limit established by this particular store. There's $20 on the card, but one thing we immediately notice is that the full position, the green light is turned off. And the reason for that is that the amount that would be served out of the full position would immediately go beyond the limit that has been established, which is 2 ounces. In this case, the full volume is 4 ounces, so it would not be possible to pour that amount. However, the taste and the half are active, and if we press the taste button, it would pour 1 ounce. And now what we notice is that the second position has turned off. And the reason is that only 1 ounce is left for this particular card, and hence the only position that's possible to be poured is the 1 ounce pour. So now if I go ahead and I pour that amount, it'll now turn off all of the lights because this card cannot pour. And when I place it back in and I push a button, it would immediately say beyond the limit for 59 minutes. It actually will keep track of the time that this particular card had consumed the 2 ounces.